Hello there.
This is where the fun begins.
What's up, guys? Unofficial Star Wars here. Hope you're all doing well, and in this video we have an exciting update potentially for the Acolyte and a potential possible receiving a second season already. An overall update into the regards of that. We're gonna hop right on into it. Firstly, for those of you that may not be aware, the Acolyte is going to be a Disney Plus Star Wars show coming out next year in 2024, set 100 years before the events of the Skywalker saga, kicking off with the Phantom Menace. Dealing with all new characters with the potential possible exception of Yoda or Chewbacca, who are, by the time that we do see them in the actual Star Wars movies, are already a couple hundred years old. But even then, I doubt that we would actually see them. It seems that this show is going to be focusing on so many other things, by which, into the regards of plot details, we don't know much, but what we have heard, it sounds pretty exciting, and that there is a lot going on. Those are other things that we've been discussing here on the channel and other videos. All the more reason to grab that subscribe button and that notification bell if you haven't already. That there being said, as I had mentioned, from what we know as of right now, the Acolyte is only receiving one season in 2024. So what do we know about a second season already? In this video, we are going to be taking a read from the Direct's article. I'll have their article linked in the description down below for you guys to check out there as well. As a read, Disney Plus's The Acolyte Season 2 just received some promising news into the regards of that this is something that would actually happen. After putting much of its Disney Plus focus into the Mandoverse and the rest of the Skywalker saga timeline, Lucasfilm will deliver The Acolyte, a show set within the High Republic era that will introduce a record-breaking amount of new Jedi characters comprised of a stellar cast. The pre-Phantom Menace show will explore a quote-unquote shadowy secrets and emerging dark side powers as a former Padawan, played by Amandla Steinberg, reunites with her old Jedi Master, played by jung-jae, to investigate a series of crimes. And so, while its first season isn't even out and still months away, what do we know about a potential second season of The Acolyte? According to a new report from StarWarsNewsNet.com, had recently gone on to reveal the batch of talented writers behind all 8 episodes of the Disney Plus show, which we had also already discussed here on the channel in a separate video. It is pretty interesting, and it was honestly pretty shocking to hear that there's a lot of different writers that had actually worked on the Acolyte show, especially in comparison to as of when you look at the other Disney Plus Star Wars shows. For example, like every Mandoverse show, all seasons of The Mandalorian, The Book of Boba Fett, and the Ahsoka Disney Plus show are all written by either Dave Filoni or Jon Favreau. Or, for example, the Andor show with both of its seasons 1 and 2, those are both made and written by Tony Gilroy. So seeing the Acolyte bring so many talented writers to the table to really work this overall story out is something big and something new, something that I'm looking forward to seeing quite a bit with this overall show. And so, The Acolyte has been quote-unquote planned for a second season potentially already, but it's unclear currently if it's actually entered into the development of its second season, with its pre-production and early development of actually scripting and writing. The report aligns with details shared over on ScreenRant.com, and producer Kyron McCarthy's lawsuit against Disney over her firing from The Acolyte. The suit had noted Lucasfilm assured her that the story arc of the show, as well as the company's business plans, called for The Acolyte to run for multiple seasons. The Acolyte Season 1 wrapped its production in June of this year, right in time ahead of the SAG-AFTRA strike after filming in the UK. And as you haven't already heard, the SAG-AFTRA strike and the Writers Guild of America strike, both of those are now up. The SAG-AFTRA actors strike just ended a couple of days ago. We have a video here on the channel discussing all the details that you want to know. So, since October of last year, 2022, the show remains on track for a 2024 premiere, with the chances of a potential second season renewal for The Acolyte likely hinging on the reviews and viewership over the Disney Plus show. It's typical, it's unfortunate, I think, that Disney bases, continuing on stories based off of its reviews and its viewerships, and really at that, what I think that blindly means is if it's bringing in new Disney Plus subscribers, aka more money for Disney overall. But at the same time, you can't necessarily complain, well, if nobody's watching the show, why bother put, time and effort and and money and resources into it. And so, what does this mean for the future of the Star Wars franchise into the regards of a potential Season 2 for The Acolyte? It's currently unclear. Let me make that clear, that it's unclear whether The Acolyte will take an episodic storytelling approach or serve as a one story broken into chapters or arcs. The latter certainly appears more likely due to its murder mystery focus, with the show's unique High Republic setting expected to keep it reasonably separate from other Star Wars projects. Let me also make it clear that it's unclear whether there's any type of confirmation for a potential The Acolyte Season 2 right now. As such, plans for future seasons could imply that the answers to the dark side mystery may not come in the upcoming first season, and much rather be explored and expanded upon in a second season, with the show potentially even ending on a cliffhanger, with plenty still to be explained and explored in a Season 2. Star Wars is expected to debut 4 Disney Plus shows in 2024, all of by which we're talking about and discussing here on the channel, including Star Wars Skeleton Crew being the next big live-action Star Wars show and addition to the Mandoverse, coming out 2024, The Acolyte, The Bad Batch Season 3, and Andor Season 2. After that, future years are expected to include The Mandalorian Season 4 and a potential Ahsoka Season 2, and so much more. Regardless of whether The Acolyte Season 2 should come to fruition and actually happen, it is unlikely to actually be released sometime before 2026. This is dependent on Lucasfilm beginning development, or if it will be waiting for the reactions to the first season, or if they're just going to go ahead and get to the get-go and start on this overall story of a second season. One can actually wonder what this may mean for the future of Star Wars' High Republic era, but it certainly points towards Lucasfilm's commitment to exploring this era, especially in live-action projects, outside of the books, novels, comics, games, and everything of that, and seeing these in shows, maybe even movies, is something I think that a lot of Star Wars fans would love to see in the future. Overall, this all comes from some type of lawsuit, something I've honestly haven't actually heard about, coming from Screen Rant, with the producer Kyron McCarthy's lawsuit against Disney over her firing from the show. The suit had noted Lucasfilm assured her that the story arc of the show, as well as the company's business plans, called for The Acolyte to run for multiple seasons. So some type of court settling kind of confirms that there is going to be multiple seasons of The Acolyte. This is my first time hearing about this. Let me know if you guys had heard about that and everything else that you guys are thinking. I would love to hear what you guys are all thinking in the comment section down below. Your thoughts and opinions and theories, I would love to hear in the comment section down below. Thanks so much for watching today's video. Of course, this has been an official Star Wars. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a great one. May the Force be with you as always. Peace out.